Welcome to African Sounds and Stories. Today's story is titled The King's Evil Request. Kindly like and subscribe for more interesting stories. Once upon a time in an African land of Obiokpo, there was a powerful king named Efe. However, his reign was plagued by a terrible sickness that left him bedridden and on the verge of death. Desperate for a cure, the chief priest made a shocking revelation. He declared that the only way to save the king's life was to sacrifice 14 young virgins, each only 18 years old. The kingdom of Obiokpo was famous for its unique traditions, which were respected by neighboring nations. When news of the king's horrifying demand spread throughout the land, fear and panic gripped the hearts of the people. Mothers became vigilant, guarding their virgin daughters at the market, stream, farm, and even within their homes. Meanwhile, the men of the kingdom gathered to find an alternative solution as time was rapidly running out. Just as hope seemed to fade, Otimpo, the town crier, announced a decree from the king. He declared that 7 days before the day of sacrifice, everyone must stay indoors. If anyone had urgent business outside, they were advised to do it before that specified date. This announcement intensified the villagers' fear, as many believed they would be killed in the confines of their own homes. Some began mourning in advance, overwhelmed by the weight of the impending doom. The once vibrant community became eerily quiet as the fear of the unknown consumed them. Yet, amidst this terror, a few brave villagers decided to take their destiny into their own hands. They secretly constructed a secure underground basement in a remote tunnel, miles away from the village square. Their unity and determination were so extraordinary that no one suspected their hidden plan. 3 days before the sacrificial day, these villagers secretly relocated their young virgin girls to the hidden basement. This continued until the day before the sacrifice, when the town crier made an announcement that sent shockwaves through the community. He called for all the young maidens to assemble at the village square for an important briefing. The time for the assembly arrived, and the king's officials in charge of the meeting gathered eagerly. However, to their utter surprise, not a single young maiden appeared before them. Angered by this unexpected turn of events, they immediately informed the king. Furious, the king swiftly commanded his guards to search the entire community, finding and bringing back any young maiden they could find. The guards tirelessly searched every corner of the village, but to their dismay, they couldn't find a single maiden. News of the unsuccessful search reached the king, and his heart filled with both anger and agony. In a desperate attempt to salvage the situation, the chiefs proposed sacrificing animals instead of humans, but the king, consumed by rage, ordered the beheading of the chief who had suggested such an alternative. As the day of sacrifice arrived, not a single maiden could be found, and King Efe died in excruciating pain, his dying cries echoing, "My heart, my heart." The news of the king's demise sent shivers down the spines of the villagers. They mourned his passing for 7 days, after which a new king, more kind and compassionate, named Obaze, was crowned. During the time the maidens were hidden in the basement, 3 courageous women secretly provided them with food and other essentials. When the maidens were finally brought out of their sanctuary, they joyfully reunited with their families and the rest of the village. To put an end to the barbaric tradition and symbolize the abolishment of harmful customs, King Obaze did something extraordinary. He chose to marry one of the maidens who had been released from the basement. This act of love and defiance against the old ways brought immense joy to the people. News of King Efe and the end of his reign of terror, as well as the crowning of King Obaze, quickly spread throughout the neighboring nations. People from far and wide were captivated by the tale of the brave villagers who stood up against oppressive traditions. Word reached the surrounding kingdoms where similar customs and rituals prevailed, causing curiosity and admiration to blossom. Representatives from these nations flocked to Obiokpo to celebrate with the people, eager to witness the dawning of a new era. The grand celebration was a sight to behold. Vibrant colors adorned the streets, music filled the air, and the aroma of delicious feasts enticed all who attended. It was a time of jubilation and unity as the people embraced the newfound freedom from the shackles of their oppressive past. As the festivities reached their peak, elders and leaders from different kingdoms gathered to share wisdom and reflect on the lessons learned from Obiokpo's transformation. Stories were exchanged, emphasizing the importance of abolishing harmful traditions and embracing compassion, love, and understanding. The tale of King Efe's tragic end became a cautionary tale, reminding future generations of the consequences of blind adherence to customs that bring suffering and pain. The once fearful and divided kingdoms were inspired to reassess their own practices and strive for positive change. From that day forward, the legacy of King Obaze and the brave villagers resonated throughout the land, inspiring others to challenge the oppressive systems and create a better future for all. The tale of Obiokpo teaches us that we have the power to break free from the chains of harmful traditions. It reminds us to question the practices that inflict pain and suffering upon ourselves and others. By embracing compassion, unity, and a willingness to challenge the status quo, we can create a world filled with joy, peace, and equality for all. This is the end of the story. What do you think about this story? Please kindly put your views in the comment section, and if you love this story, like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, African Sounds and Stories, for more interesting stories. Finally, turn on the bell notifications so that you'll be the first to receive our new stories. Thanks for watching.